Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nora, and on today's video we are doing 2 ways to decorate the new witchy cottage. The first idea is going to be a more traditional Halloween theme, so we're going to be building in the Forgotten Lands. And then the second idea is actually going to be located in the Forest of Valor. I went with a more cottagecore approach to this for those who don't want to decorate the house in the Forgotten Lands. Also, as we're recording this, I do want to disclaim I'm so sorry that the footage is a little bit dark. I wasn't aware that it was nighttime in the game. I was definitely in the zone while building, so I did try to adjust the brightness of my footage a little bit, but you may have to brighten up your computer just a tad if the footage is still too dark for you. However, I do think the nighttime vibes definitely set the mood for the first build today. Another thing I wanted to mention is the wooden archway next to our cottage. I was super bummed out about because I think it suits the vibe over here so well, but I found out that you actually can't walk underneath of it, so I ended up swapping this to the large root one, and I believe I found this under the underbrush category. But I do think the smaller arch looks way better with this build, so I wonder if there's a way to maybe make it look like a blocked off overgrown pathway and then do maybe a transition on the left side of the cottage. That way you can still obviously walk around the build. So if you prefer the look of the smaller arch, I definitely think there's a way to make this idea still work, but I just wanted to make sure that both sides were functional for somebody who wants to walk around the cottage on both sides. Anyways, I hope that this first idea brings you a ton of inspiration, and I'll see you when we do some overhead shots of the first idea. After all my final details, here's how the first idea turned out in the Forgotten Lands. I'm really excited about this one as I think all the purple and oranges complement the Forgotten Lands so well, and I tried my best to try to make it a little bit cottagecore too. I think a great transition where the archway is would be a graveyard, so I kind of prepped out a little spot to show you where that graveyard could be behind the archway, and we'll take a better look at that in a second. But overall, I love how functional this build is, and I hope it brought you a ton of inspo. The next idea is going to be in the Forest of Valor, and I really love that the Dreamlight trees kind of frame in the building itself, but also it matches the color palette so beautifully. So my goal for this build is to do a curvy pathway that really complements the house colors. This build will still use some pumpkins, but it's going to be a really toned down build for those who don't have room in their Forgotten Lands, but you still want to do something with it on your main valley. After all my final details, here's how the last idea for today's video turned out. I hope that both builds brought you a ton of inspiration. Let me know your favorite one in the comment section below. Before today's video also ends, I do want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting me as a creator. Just your support in general means the world to me. Thanks again for watching and have a horrible day. I'll see you next video.